So today, as I promised, we're going on a little bit of a bigger adventure. I have 2 hours to drive to the location, and well, let's go. The place that we're going to today is out by the Swedish west coast. It's a natural reserve called Tjurpannan. So I'm down by the ocean now. The real interest really isn't at the beaches here, but rather out over the rock formation. And I just have to decide where I want to go. Over there, it looks pretty nice. Some nice waves splashing. I want to go over there right now, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be able to capture quite a few different photos today. And while I do capture a few compositions, I'm gonna be on the lookout for the perfect composition for the sunset. Right, I've found one composition here that's going to be really good, I think, but it's not, I have to wait until a little bit later until I use it, because it's just too much of a contrast between the background and the foreground. The composition that I found here is a hut that's painted in 2 different colors, and I found a little bit of a pond before it and some nice formations in the rocks. So I think that's gonna create a really nice leading line between that little pond, which is gonna be a extremely close foreground, and this hut that's gonna be a foreground / middle ground, and then the backdrop, which is the ocean and the rocks out in the ocean, as well as the clouds and the sun. So it's going to be a real nice image, I think. But as I said, I have to wait for the sun to get a little bit lower before I decide to do this. I think perhaps an hour and a half or half an hour. So I'm going to come back here and capture that. But right now I want to try to capture some of the water splashing on the rock. It looks just, quite good. You know, the white foamy water that's splashing. I think it's gonna be quite nice, actually. I'm really excited right now. Lots of ideas. Not gonna be able to capture all of them, but yeah, feeling great. Okay, it's really windy. I've decided that I actually need to capture this image that I thought with the little hut because the clouds are moving so that they're gonna disappear before the sun actually sets, and I need some clouds for this image to work, so I need to do this. I'm hoping that you can, I really hope that you can hear anything that I say. I have a new audio solution that should kind of improve the audio in these kind of conditions. But it's the first time that I'm using it, so I can't promise how well it's gonna work. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, lots of wind. Oh shit. It got really windy all of a sudden. What is the best composition for this? Something along the lines of getting a bit lower perhaps. You know, when the wind really kicks in now, it's at the point where it almost gets difficult to stand. It's just that strong. The composition that I've lined up here is kind of coming to its end because the clouds are moving just a little bit too far to the south, which is actually quite good for a composition that I've seen out here with a little bit more waves. I'm planning to use the golden hour light, so basically from now until sunset, to get some of the light is kicking into the waves. So they're going to be side lit, and I think it's going to be kind of beautiful actually. So I'm just going to try a few more exposures. of this one here and call it a day after that. So I'm done with the hut now, and I've shifted over to the 70-200 here, and I'm going to try to focus in a little on these waves that I've been talking about. The sun is currently going behind a cloud, and after that I think I'm going to have about 30 minutes of pure sunlight until the sun goes below the horizon. So during that time I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find or to capture, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to capture a few big waves hitting over the rocks. I have a lighthouse in the background there, which works quite nice in symmetry with the waves, because it's crashing over that as well. So I think we're going to be able to find something quite interesting again for a second composition here. I've also seen perhaps a third composition behind a few rocks where some water is splashing as well, and there we have some clouds in the background as well. So all in all, I think we still have some nice opportunities in front of us. So I'm now using the 70-200 here again, and I'm framing it up with the waves splashing over here. I'm really having trouble with getting a sharp picture here. The wind is just shaking the tripod and the camera so much. So I'm trying to kind of like weighing it down by pressing down on it. Not really sure if that's working or not really, but I have to do something. I'm waiting for some kind of cool wave splashes. I want waves to splash in 3 places at once, which isn't the easiest thing to get apparently. You know what? I think I'm gonna try to walk a bit further out. Just try to get a little bit closer to the action. I think that could be kind of nice. So I just had a big accident here. The lens is dead. The big 70-200 is dead. It's dead. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually a crack right here in the lens, and it won't. And the lens won't focus. No autofocus, no manual focus. It still zooms properly. The lens, the front element did not get scratched. It's still sharp and fine. The camera survived a few scratches, but it seems to be fine. The tripod is fine. It's just a piece of metal. But the lens, the most important focus of the most important part of the lens, the focusing, seems to be dead. So, and well, the lens hood kind of saved most of the damage to the lens, I guess, and probably saved the camera, but the lens is dead. Just as, and the lens died just as the sky started to get really pretty as well. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna change over to the 16-35 and try to be a little bit more careful now and try to see if perhaps I could do something with that, but I gotta say the motivation kind of but anyway, shit happens. Shit fucking happens. The sun has now set. The color is gone from the clouds. It was looking kind of pretty for a moment there. There is still sufficient light, and well, I could actually stay here like all evening and well wait for the stars to come out or something, but I really don't feel like it. The creativity is kind of gone, and I'm also starting to get cold and things. So I'm just gonna say goodbye for this time, and hope to see you all next week when I'm not gonna break anything. So see you all then. Goodbye.